Hello everyone, welcome to your daily oracle card reading for June 15th, 2014. I was thinking maybe I'd mix it up today a little bit and do two Gillian Kemp cards on the ends and then put the chicken cards in the middle. So, just going to draw one of these tree magic cards first. We have the holly tree, permanence, and it says, a great awakening through enlightenment. Evil is warded off by your devotion to good. And then okay, we have ha ha ha. And snowflake. And snowball. And Rihanna. I'll draw the one last Gillian Kemp card. Okay, and then we get the apple tree. And it says romantic love, and it says, by giving love, you will be showered with love in return. Love is to see good in all things. The apple tree, number 11. Okay, so, and then also number 11 represents like spiritual inspiration, and then 111 represents the sun, which is really like kind of like the collective ego, and I always think of them as like a plug. So you can plug in the spiritual inspiration to the the collective mind force, the collective identity. So. I don't know that the apples are also for teachers. So it's like, the apple for the teacher. When I dream about apples, I always think somebody's giving me an apple, and I take it as, oh, I taught them something. So, anyway, this one on the end, when we have true love, and when we are able to provide our love for others and receive it in return, and get that ultimate freedom from a space of love, and have such a healthy bond. It's like it just produces health in all ways, and so anyway, I just always see that as something that is extremely influential on the world around people. Just like a bad relationship is very negative influence on the world around. A good relationship is very positive influence on the world around. And then here we have the holly tree, and we have the 5, which is, kind of breaking from patterns, breaking from a form or a figure. And the holly tree I always think of as Christmas time, and then we have a little spring bird, looks like a robin redbreast. So they always come out they're the first sign of spring. So anyway, I want to say that this is about kind of getting over evil, or things that are evil, or banishing it from our lives. And so just really breaking from negativity in our life, and finding gifts, and a sense of family and a sense of home. That's what I always think of Christmas, because it's like, you get time to go home to your family, and it's really about just being able to be with your family over that time, and then also the feeling of being at home, and also all the gifts that come along with it, which really it's about the exchange of thoughts and heart and energy. It's not so much about the gift, but the thought that goes into the gifts, and just the fun exchanges. And then the spring is like, a new beginning. Really. I don't know. I know I have a unusually positive family situation, and a lot of people don't. But what family should be, the family that we seek to create in our lives is people who have that that positive, healthy influence on us, where we feel really good, and there is nothing bad, nothing negative. It's just like such strong support and such strong acknowledgement and honor of one another, and appreciation for being with each other. And so anyway, the holly tree, because it says permanence, I want to say that this is, we talked about yesterday going up on a new level in our life, in the energy in our life, and that it could possibly be in the physical form. And both these cards today do indicate that as well. And then I had a reading the other day also with ha ha ha. It was I don't know, it was maybe 3 or 4 days ago on the YouTube. But anyway, it ha 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 was about to break from trauma and bad situations, to recover from this stuff, which is totally, everyone can recover from anything, really. We are so resilient as people, and then when we recover, we have this stuff under our belt as wisdom, as wisdom and experience, and we can really use it in our lives and help people, and make it our source of power and empowerment. So anyway, it kind of goes in with this holly tree thing that was in the reading, that it was telling us to make that space and find that safe, secure place with the people who support you and honor you, the family, whatever family means to you. Family can be anybody, any soul connection that you have. So anyway, we have again ha ha ha, and this is also his name means 555, and it's the sound of laughter, but it's also the archetype of 5 is to break from past things, and in his situation it's laughing also, so like being over it, really having the epiphany and the enlightenment and the shift in your energy where you're truly over it, where it doesn't, there's no charge to it anymore, and it's almost like humorous when it gets acted out again. To me, when I see people act out really stupid things instead of getting charged up by it, they just look ridiculous to me. So it's about being in that space where you just kind of find the humor in the human animal, like, oh my gosh, and and it is almost like so predictable with some people. They're the textbook classic case, where it's just like, check everything on that checklist. There they go. It's like, the redundancy of something that we've seen a million times. So anyway, moving on from, this transcendence, and this really is, also going up in that level of energy, where you're at a different phase of understanding and relating to things. And moving from that, we have the Jack of Fire, which is Snowflake. And this is about individuality and individuation, and about the uniqueness and the really the thumbprint that everybody is, how everybody's a thumbprint or a snowflake, where we're all very unique and there's only just one like us. And that growth in understanding how we are uniquely different from everybody. And even in the ways that we are the same, we are different. So we can really appreciate ourselves in whatever our extra unique gifts are and what we have to offer. And see if I can get any more with that. I guess just really about kind of centrating on ourselves, coming into our own hearts and appreciating ourselves. And, to know that we are not just one of those people, or a person in a uniform, or a person, I remember actually reading in this book called The Lucifer Effect, one of the ingredients to mind controlling mass groups of people is to make them feel general, like they're all the same, like they all wear their own uniform, they are one, there's no difference between this one and that one. It's like establishing this group identity where they take the individual away. There is no individual. It's just a group mind. And this is saying our enlightenment involves understanding our individuality. And even though we can connect with a group in our mind, and there might be a common denominators where we are able to connect with each other always, we are each uniquely different, and we each have our own special role and our own special part to play. So then we move on here to Snowball. And Snowball is about something that can grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And they can be fun, they can be dangerous, but really, in this sense, the way I understand her in this reading is she is just a building of intensity. And that building of intensity is both good, where it clears things away and it makes things new and it builds, something very positive, but it also wipes things clean and, it kind of clears away that negative. And the last one we have on the end is the Rihanna, which is the sorceress. She is able to really transcend the problems of society. She doesn't take it in. She was framed and blamed for something that she was actually a victim of. Not only did she lose something very sacred and special to her child, but after she lost that child, she was then blamed for that. So, it was like she had a lot of grieving to do, and then on top of that, a lot of anger and a lot of frustration. But she was able to prevail in everything, although, she didn't get her child back. She got the asset or the wisdom from an experience with evil. These people killed her child and then framed her and blamed her and destroyed her life. And instead of looking at those years as things that she lost out on, she looked at those years as the power she gained, and then she regained her position. And in a sense, that child that she lost, even though she went on a different path in life where she was not a mother figure, she still did end up being a mother figure in many, many other ways, where she had a lot of students. She became like the leader of a spiritual group. She was the high priestess, and she basically kind of had like a little religion. I mean, it's kind of like an ashram type situation. I mean, it wasn't an ashram because it's back Middle Ages area, or I guess that's time period, but back in the European area. So anyway, she really had all of this energy. We talk about the Kundalini again. It's almost like she was able to really expand herself in major spiritual abilities and major gifts, and she had that richness of motherhood within her life, even though she did lose that child a long time ago. So anyway, and then again on the end we have the romantic love. So back to romantic love also is a very, very strong spiritual power. It's the same as, it brings out the Kundalini within individuals. It raises the energy also, and it really it shifts your life, and it shifts your mind, and it brings you to a new level of vibration. It can open up spiritual doors for you. Romantic love is the most powerful even over childhood love, even over I want to say over your love for God or the divine or the universe. But really what it is, it's the embodiment of God and the divine in the universe, and it's the embodiment of the motherly and the fatherly love, and the embodiment of the sisterly or brotherly love. It's the embodiment of all love combined together in one form. So the romantic love is seeing the divine, your part, the divine incarnated in a human form as your opposite. It's your way to meet God, or meet the higher power, the higher intelligence and the higher love in a physical form. And even though a lot of people would argue, oh, your child is the most precious form of love. I've heard that before. And maybe if you don't have true love, if you don't have true love in a partnership, then that can be very true. But ideally, your partner is the one that stays with you every moment. They stay with you throughout your whole life, and your child moves on and finds their own partner. And even though your child might be, a part of your partner, it's not your partner. So really the partnership is the thing that is really truly lasting and solid and dynamically changing and growing as a unit together. Whereas the children really do somewhat, even though they do, dynamically change and grow with you, there's kind of a redefinition, and they get their own family and their own children. There's a different process that goes on with children that does not, it's not as partnery, it's not as unified as a business unit, as a working unit, as a moment to moment living unit. You don't, you're supposed to send your kids to different organizations so that they can make their own friends and grow their own life, whereas you and your partner have that similarity always, where your own life and your friends are the same. You have the same social relations, whereas your child goes off and has different social relations. So anyway, I think that this is really about a healing process that happens, and a transformation, and a moving to a different level, and kind of clearing away things in the past, and finding who we are, and really finding that love, that ultimate love that embodies all forms of love within the human, and really reflects yourself back, and allows you to have that drop of the divine in human form as an experience for your life. So anyway, I hope that everybody got what they needed out of this today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.